Ladies and gentlemen, the dust has settled and the last time has passed us by. John Cena has had his last match in the WWE. It was a very sad moment. Your boy was starting to get a little emotional, I'm not gonna lie. But Gunther did defeat John Cena. And the real question is, was it best for business? It's your boy D back at you with another video, and we're gonna jump right into it. We're not gonna bury the lead. Like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. John Cena losing to Gunther. The way he lost to Gunther is the problem. John Cena tapped out to Gunther. And not only was DC angry, every John Cena fan across the world was angry. But there's something you guys didn't see. And I gotta give a shout out to somebody on Twitter said this, and I think it was put so perfectly about the match. When John Cena was in that chokehold by Gunther, John Cena, right before they were about to go home and he couldn't get out of that chokehold from Gunther, John Cena smiled right before he tapped out and said, right before he tapped out, he smiled. Pretty sure he kind of like mumbled, "Never give up," and then tapped out. And with that, I don't see that as John Cena tapping out. I see that as John Cena letting go. I see that as John Cena saying goodbye. John Cena hasn't tapped out in 20 years. If I'm not mistaken, the last person to tap out John Cena was Kurt Angle years ago. I just find it so interesting. And they booed the fire out of Triple H. They booed the hell out of Gunther. And I think it's perfect, and it's exactly what you want to do. Gunther making John Cena tap out, making someone whose mantra is never give up, making him submit, makes Gunther one of the biggest heels in WWE. It adds so much steam to Gunther. What if Gunther goes around and retires all of our heroes? That would be very interesting, because SummerSlam is in Minnesota. It's in US Bank Stadium. What if Gunther is the one to retire Brock Lesnar? What if one day down the line, what if Gunther is the one to retire Randy Orton? I think it would be very interesting. And the reason why I think it's going to be interesting is because Michael Cole said something that was so elite when he said it. Tonight, professional wrestling was destroyed. And what he meant by that is more of, tonight, I said it wrong. Tonight, professional wrestling destroyed sports entertainment. Tonight, professional wrestling destroyed sports entertainment. That spoke volumes to me. I thought that was such an amazing quote to tie up everything that has happened tonight at Saturday night's main event. It was perfect, and it got so much heat on Gunther. And now when Gunther comes out, I would have Gunther kick off Monday Night Raw and let him sit in that amass of boos. Because man, oh man, does this make Gunther one of the most hated men in the WWE. And it's perfect for its character. I don't know how people don't think it's perfect. This was amazing. And John Cena went out there. And with all of this happening, he made Gunther a marked man. His loss will now mean something to Gunther, who is a pro wrestler's wrestler. And that's what made it so much even more special. And I absolutely adored that finish. And when you look at this card, and like, for the people who don't understand, it's like, do you guys ever watch any John Cena interview at all? You knew damn well John Cena wasn't gonna beat Gunther. You already knew. John Cena is one of the most selfless human beings on this damn planet. John Cena lost to Austin Theory at WrestleMania. He had no business. John Cena fought Baron Corbin at a SummerSlam in the opening match. Late in his career, John Cena's won the United States title late in his career. John Cena's won the Intercontinental title late in his career. John Cena has given chances to so many people. This whole night, this whole card, half of the wrestlers wouldn't be on this card if it wasn't for John Cena always doing what's best for business and looking into the future and giving people opportunities to showcase their skills and what they have. That's what tonight was about. And that's what John Cena wanted, and this is what he meant by saying he's already won. And that's what made it special. Because when I look at the rest of this card, the world on a larger scale got to see how dominant and how fierce and how amazingly talented Obafemi really is. Obafemi is a star. He went at it against Cody Rhodes, and if it wasn't for Drew McIntyre, I think the ruler was going to walk away with the W, because he was putting belt to ass under WWE champion. Obafemi, his ceiling is beyond high. And just think about the future classes Obafemi can have on the main roster. Obafemi versus Cody 2, Obafemi versus Gunther, Obafemi versus Drew McIntyre. Oh boy, sign me up. The ruler is so young in the business, but he's so talented, and he has so many matches ahead of him because he's an amazing talent, and he's going to be great and continue to be great down the line. Then let's look at Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka shined tonight. And if you had any doubt or any, like, who is this girl? They showed it tonight. How Sol Ruka was the only NXT talent to actually win their match tonight. That's a special thing. She beat Bayley. Bayley is one of the cornerstones of the women's division in the WWE, and also with her seminar Lodestone, or Lodestone, however you pronounce it, she's on that John Cena path of giving back to the business. That's the same thing Bayley is on. Sol Ruka going out there and beating Bayley was a perfect job. I love Sol Ruka, and I think the world is getting to see how talented really she is. The sky is the absolute limit for Sol Ruka. I was surprised Zarya didn't attack her. I thought they could have did an angle on this big stage, but I'm not mad at it. Zarya was looking good too, by the way. Just had to throw that in there. Anyway, Sol Ruka is so talented, and honestly, I would not be surprised if Sol Ruka becomes your NXT Women's Champion. I love JC, and honestly, I do think JC Jane is eventually going to be on her way to the main roster. But Sol Ruka is not far behind her. Sol Ruka is an absolute dog, and she went out there and she got to show her true showcase of what she really is. And I do think she's a future star in this business. And then you look at the tag team match, which was so fun tonight, with Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. The look that TNA got for a young guy like Leon Slater, and also having this announced deal with AMC that now TNA is going to be on AMC starting in January. This was a perfect look for TNA to be on the John Cena Saturday Night's main event and have your TNA X Division champion on the show. Was an amazing, brilliant look for TNA. And Leon Slater to get in the ring with AJ Styles, somebody who he looks up to, and Dragon Lee, the WWE Tag Team Champions, and to go the distance with them and have an amazing, entertaining match was special. Especially because for us, people who grew up in the 2000s, we're really starting, like, I'm more than 98, so I'm a 2000s baby. This is what I call it. We're starting to say goodbye to a lot of our heroes. A lot of our childhood heroes, a lot of the guys we grew up, they're getting older in age. I had to watch the Dudley Boys retire this year. That hurt my soul. Watching John Cena retire hurt my soul. There's rumors of Chris Jericho returning just to do a retirement angle. AJ Styles is talking about retiring. And then you look at the other guys and you know that they're closer to the end than they are the beginning. And that starts to sit with you, and that starts to be planted in your mind. And the business is such a beautiful thing. But the thing about it, just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And that's okay. And that's what part of growing and moving on really is. We will never forget John Cena, especially for a night like this. Some of the talent that got to work on this show tonight, they will never forget John Cena, because not a lot of them would have got this opportunity if it wasn't for John Cena. I guess I'll close out Saturday night's main event with this. Thank you, John Cena, for everything you've done for the business. Thank you for being the focal point of my childhood. My childhood wouldn't be the same without you, and it wouldn't have been as fun and awesome without you, with the amount of moments that you gave us in the world. Like, one of my favorite matches from you is John Cena versus JBL Judgment Day I Quit match. To me, that was the match that really made me see you as the top guy in WWE. And there's so many matches more, the ups, the downs. Cena, it was a time getting to watch you in the ring, and I can't wait to see what you do next. That was Saturday Night's Main Event 2025, the last pay-per-view in 2025. What a year for Cena it's been. And if there's one thing, I guess, to end this video with that I will forever cherish from John Cena is to always and forever never give up. It's been your boy D. Till next time, peace.